Hello, everyone. Today I'm sharing with you, does store design style affect user trust? This is a key issue many sellers only realize after making numerous changes to their store design and frequently switching styles. You might have had this question too. The page isn't bad looking, and all the functions are complete, but users just don't quite trust you. So you subconsciously think, is it a price issue? Is the product not convincing enough? Is customer service not keeping up? But in many real stores, there's a frequently underestimated fact. The impact of store design style on user trust is far greater than you imagine. And this impact often occurs before the user even starts seriously looking at the content. First, the conclusion. Store design style doesn't create trust, but it destroys or amplifies trust. This is the core of understanding this issue. The store design style itself cannot directly make users trust you, but it will immediately lead users to judge one thing. Does this store seem reliable? This judgment is almost subconscious, and once formed, it's difficult to completely overturn it with subsequent information. Trust isn't built from scratch. It's built from the first impression, where points are added or deducted. Second, users don't wait for you to finish reading the content before deciding whether to trust. This is a point many sellers easily misjudge. We always assume users will carefully examine the selling points read, the description carefully make a rational judgment, but their actual behavior is often glance at it, get a feel for it, decide whether to continue, and the main source of this feeling is the overall atmosphere conveyed by the store's design style. If the page feels rushed, disorganized, forced, users will automatically translate it into, this store seems a bit unstable. Even if you explain it clearly later, the starting point for trust has already been lowered. Third, which design styles are most likely to quietly lower trust? We won't discuss abstract concepts. Let's directly address some common situations. One, frequent style changes directly weaken a sense of stability. If a customer visits a store a second time and finds the style is completely different, the structure has obviously changed, the main promotional logic has changed, their subconscious judgment is often, is this store just trying things out? And trying things out in the customer's eyes often equals immature and unstable. 2. An overly aggressive style triggers defensiveness. For example, strongly stimulating color schemes, dense promotional elements, constant emphasis, and urging. These style signals combined easily create the feeling, why is he in such a hurry? Once the customer enters a defensive state, trust significantly decreases. 3. Style and product mismatch can cause cognitive conflict. For example, selling professional, functional products but using an overly flashy, emotional style. Or selling mid to high-priced items but the page looks very casual. This inconsistency will make users wonder, which one is the real you? And uncertainty is the biggest enemy of trust. IV. What kind of design style is more likely to naturally build trust? Conversely, high-trust stores often share these characteristics in their design style. Stability, not following trends. The style doesn't change frequently, giving the feeling of being consistent over time. Restraint, not emotionality. Not overly stimulating or noisy, allowing users to feel they can take their time browsing. Consistency, not patchwork. The homepage, product details, and promotional pages have a unified feel without being disjointed. Stability plus restraint plus consistency are the 3 most important elements of a store's interior design style in terms of trustworthiness. V. Why do some stores look ordinary yet inspire confidence? You'll find some stores. The design isn't flashy, the style isn't trendy, and it's even a bit plain, but they make you feel, this store probably won't do anything wrong. The reason is often not the design level, but rather A consistently consistent style. Clear information organization. A calm and unhurried page layout. Trust comes more from reliability than stunning. 6. The impact of interior design style on trust is long-term cumulative. This is a very important understanding. The impact of interior design style on trust is not a one-time event. It will add points slightly or subtract points slightly. You might not feel it in the short term, but in the long run, repurchase rate, consultation conversion rate, will significantly impact your decision-making costs. 7. A very practical method for self-assessing trust. Ask yourself this question. If I were a cautious user, only looking at the page and not the price, would I feel this store is quite reliable? If the answer is a bit messy, a bit rushed, a bit unsettling, the store's design style has likely already subtly lowered trust. A very practical piece of advice for sellers: don't frequently change your style just to look more upscale. The truly trust-building approach is choose a style direction that suits your product, stick to it consistently, only make incremental optimizations. Trust is never something that can be changed, but rather something that is built on stability. In short, store design style profoundly affects user trust. It doesn't rely on persuasion, but on feeling. When your store's design achieves no rush, no chaos, no repetition, user trust will often be built up little by little, unconsciously.